graffiti artists get a bad rap because they're making places look ugly through their ugly paintings, because 9 times out of 10, the layperson cannot discern, particularly when a mural or a graffiti thing uses text. You can't read it. Only other graffiti artists know how to read the text because of these styles that have been developed over years. So it's this high impact image that is inaccessible to many, and that already really annoys a lot of people. They just go, I don't know what it is, it's ugly, and it's always associated with urban decline.
Just because it's on a wall, not in a gallery, doesn't make it graffiti. Graffiti is based around lettering.
So you get 3 levels. It's tags, throw-ups, and masterpieces. And tags, the most basic thing. It's like just writing your name like a signature. Takes 5 seconds. Then you get something called a throw-up, and that's like a more elaborate version of the person's name. So if it's a really long name, it might only be the first and last letter. Whereas sometimes people will have rather a picture that is associated with their name. And then masterpieces is always just really complicated and colorful and lots of lettering. And we have our specific walls that we move between and sort of like find new walls, but then some walls are just known as like popular spaces where people always paint. And when they start to fade, we go over them again.
The etiquette is you never paint over someone else's graffiti. It's just a territorial thing. So if we go and make a large mural like that is 400 meters in length and 6.5 meters in height in some areas, it's a big exposed surface that is susceptible to sort of vandalism by other painters. The strategy was just engage a lot of painters that have street cred, and the other graffiti artist will respect that.
The nature of the work is a bit different to what we usually do, so it's not maybe 100% like something you would do like out of passion, It was quite a heavy project with a lot to consider, and the styles were challenging and things were different. There was a lot of people involved, a lot of consideration. So it wasn't that simple.
For the longevity of the artwork, it is coated in something called glaze tech. Were someone to come over there and paint over that with spray paint or other types of paint, the glaze tech is strong enough for us to be able to come back with a chemical product to start to erase that. However, depending on how hardcore the material is and how it's bonded to our varnish, there's not a 100% guarantee that you can ever remove the layer on top. The historical association of graffiti art is that it's this amazing avant-garde form of painting in the built environment, but typically the painters are painting without permission in spaces they shouldn't be.
Remaining anonymous is pretty important to me. I mean, if you're doing stuff that maybe certain people disagree with, they might enjoy ruining your life or getting you in trouble. And I don't really want that. I'm not trying to make anyone angry, and I just like to do what I like to do. And yeah, graffiti, you have pseudonyms, and it's not your real identity, so it's about the name, not the person, really.
The purpose of anonymity in the context of the project, these mural artists, many of them have tags, many of them do commercial paintings, many of them do their own artistic murals, many of them do graffiti art, and many of them do it in places that typically the police try and get them to stop doing it. One guy in particular is very famous nationally. His anonymity had to be protected. He's been shot twice in the back from running away from the cops.